Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we were discussed about spermatogenesis, in which I told you about that how testes produces sperms by the process of spermatogenesis. In the same heading, now you have to study that how the process of spermatogenesis is controlled by several hormones. These hormones are required for the process of spermatogenesis. Hormonal control of spermatogenesis. Now, in this heading, you have to learn about the hormones which are involved to proceed or to perform the process of spermatogenesis. These are the hormones. These hormones mainly I have encircled them. These hormones. There is a hormone that is called gonadotropin releasing hormone. As you know, hypothalamus is the part of the brain which is known as master of the master gland. Our pituitary gland is master gland, but this pituitary gland is also controlled by the brain of our part that is called hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is known as master of the master gland. Here hypothalamus, first of all, it releases a hormone. This is called GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. You can write its full form also, gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone, it comes from the hypothalamus and stimulates pituitary gland for the secretion of these two hormones, and these two hormones are LH and FSH. LH means luteinizing hormone, and the second one is the follicle stimulating hormone. Now this LH hormone, luteinizing hormone, stimulates. This hormone goes to the testes, and inside the testes, this LH hormone stimulates Leydig cells, or you can say interstitial cells. I have already taught the Leydig cells or interstitial cells are they lie inside the testes, in between the seminiferous tubules. The Leydig cells or the endocrine tissues which produce testosterone hormone, or you can say androgens. So this LH hormone then stimulates to whom? Leydig cells, which produces androgens, or you can say testosterone hormone, and this testosterone hormone is responsible for the process of spermatogenesis. Now, the pituitary gland secretes this hormone also, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone stimulates Sertoli cells, which is present inside the testes, which is the part of, you can say, the seminiferous tubules, and the Sertoli cells release some of the factors, and these factors are responsible for the process of spermiogenesis. We have already discussed about spermiogenesis. As you know, spermiogenesis is the process of the transformation of spermatids into the spermatozoa. So this transformation of spermatids into the spermatozoa takes place in the presence of some of the factors which are released by Sertoli cells. So this is the flow chart of the process of spermatogenesis. This diagram is not given, only to explain in a better way I have drawn this diagram, but the running matter is there in the NCERT in a paragraph, and I hope you will write the same and you will learn it. Once again, you can see here that how the process of spermatogenesis is controlled by the hormones. The hypothalamus releases which hormone? GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone then stimulates or activates pituitary gland, which secretes how many hormones? These two hormones, and these are LH and FSH, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. The luteinizing hormone stimulates the Leydig cells present inside the testes to produce androgens, or you can say testosterone, and this hormone is very important hormone for the male, and it is responsible for the process of spermatogenesis. The testosterone also controls our secondary sexual characters. Means the testosterone helps in the process of spermatogenesis, as well as it also controls other male characteristics. And here the follicle stimulating hormone stimulates the Centrioles cells present inside the testes, which release some of the factors, and these factors are responsible for spermiogenesis, that is the transformation of spermatids into the spermatozoa. So that's all regarding the hormonal control of spermatogenesis. Now the next topic is the structure of sperm. What is sperm and what is the structure of sperm? As you know, sperm is a type of male gamete, and sperm is unicellular and haploid cell. It is made up of a single cell. It is unicellular in nature, and the ploidy of this cell is haploid. The gametes are always haploid, whether it is sperm or it is ovum. So how many numbers of the chromosomes are there in this sperm? 23. That is the haploid number N. The sperm has the different parts: head, neck, middle piece, and this is the tail. The head is the anterior part of the sperm, which is flat and almost spherical in shape. The head is the main part of the sperm, as it contains nucleus. You can see here, this is the nucleus, and the nucleus is present in the head region of the sperm. Nucleus contains the chromatin materials, or you can say the chromosomes, the outer covering of this head, another part also. This is the plasma membrane. Outside to the nucleus, because this is the cell, this dotted structure I have shown here, these are the cytoplasm. The head, the anterior part of the head is also having this cap. This is called acrosome. The head is coated. The anterior part of the head has a cap-like structure, and that is called acrosome. It's very important, and acrosome is produced by a cell organelle, and that is called Golgi apparatus. The acrosome contains hydrolytic enzymes, and these enzymes are helpful to rupture the limiting membrane of the ovum during the process of fertilization. Whenever I will teach you the process of fertilization, again I will explain. Suppose this is the ovum. The ovum is protected by a membrane that is called limiting membrane. I will teach you about zona pellucida, corona radiata. This is the zona pellucida and corona radiata. These membranes must be ruptured before the process of fertilization. If the membrane which lies outside of the ovum is not going to be ruptured, the process of fusion or fertilization doesn't take place. So acrosome is filled with the hydrolytic enzymes, and these enzymes ruptures the membrane, or you can say the limiting membrane of ovum for the process of fertilization. So it facilitates the fertilization process. The neck region, the head is followed by the neck region. The neck lies in between the middle piece. It is a very small part in the middle piece and head region. This is the neck, and the neck region contains two centrioles. It has two centrioles, and these are proximal centriole and one more distal centriole. These labelings are not given in your NCERT book, but these two centrioles are also found in the neck region. And now you see the function of proximal and distal centrioles. The proximal centriole, it is considered the primary centriole, helps in the process of the first cleavage of the zygote. After fertilization, the zygote is formed, and now the zygote divides. The division, the early division of the zygote, this is called cleavage process. Suppose this is the zygote. Now the zygote will divide into the two cells. Then it forms how many cells? 4 cells. And the early divisions of the zygote is also known as cleavage. The first cleavage takes place in the presence of proximal centriole. So proximal centriole helps in the process of cleavage of the zygote, first cleavage of the zygote, and the distal centriole. This is the distal centriole, two centrioles as I told you. The distal centriole, it helps in the process, in the formation of axial filament. This filament comes through the middle phase and finally it enters inside the tail. You can see here in the central part there is the axial filament. Axial filament is the main part of the tail which helps in the process of movement. So overall, the two centrioles lie inside the neck region. The primary centriole helps in the process of cleavage of the zygote, and the distal centriole helps in the formation of axial filament of the tail. Now the neck region is followed by which part? Middle phase. The middle phase contains mitochondria. So many mitochondria. They are present inside the middle phase region of the sperm, and mitochondria, as you know, it is the powerhouse of the cell. Here, in this case, in the sperm, mitochondria provides energy for the motility of the sperms, for the movement of sperms. So mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It gives energy for the proper movement of sperm. Now the middle phase is followed by which part? The tail part. The tail is long, elongated structure, cylinder structure containing here the axial filament, and the tail region vibrates, beats, and due to the beating, when the sperm gets the liquid medium, or you can say the lubricating materials, the sperms move forward. The tail helps in the movement as it beats. and the sperms, they are able to move from one place to the another place inside the female reproductive organ, inside the female reproductive tract. So this is all about the sperm. Once again, you can see here the details about the structure of the sperm. As I taught you, the sperm is unicellular, microscopic and haploid cell, haploid male gamete. The sperm has how many parts? Mainly 4 parts: head, neck, middle piece and tail. Head is the main part which contains nucleus. The head at the apex, it has a cap-like structure. It is called acrosome. Acrosome is formed by Golgi apparatus. Acrosome is filled with the hydrolytic enzymes. It ruptures the limiting membrane of the ovum and facilitates the process of fertilization. The neck region, as I taught you, contains how many centrioles? 2 centrioles, proximal and distal. Proximal centrioles helps in the cleavage of the zygote, and distal centriole helps in the formation of axial filament. Then middle phase. The middle phase is also cylindrical structure containing mitochondria, and mitochondria gives energy for the movement of sperms. Then the middle phase is followed by the tail region containing the axial filament, and tail helps in the vibration, it beats and it helps for the movement of the sperm. So that's all regarding the structure of sperm. So today I taught you these 2 topics, that how the process of spermatogenesis is controlled by the different hormones, and then I explained about that how about the structure of the sperm. Tomorrow I will teach you the next topic, that is oogenesis, that how ovum is produced inside the ovary in female, that is oogenesis, which will be followed by the structure of the ovum. So tomorrow again I will discuss about all these topics. Please note down some questions from this topic. Question number 1. Expand, E-X-P-A-N-D, expand the following terms. Expand the following terms. First, GnRH, comma, LH and FSH and FSH. Second, write the role of Leydig cells. Write the role of Leydig cells or interstitial cells. Write the role of Leydig cells or interstitial cells. Question number 3. Write the location and function of Sertoli cells. Write the location and function of Sertoli cells. The next question is, explain the process of explain how the process of spermatogenesis is controlled by hormones. Explain how the process of spermatogenesis is controlled by hormones. The next question, write the function of acrosome. Write the function of acrosome. Full stop. Name an organelle which forms FORMS, which forms acrosome. Name an organelle which forms acrosome. Next, write the functions of proximal and distal centrioles. Write the functions of proximal and distal centrioles present in the sperm neck. Write the functions of proximal and distal centrioles present in the sperm neck. Next, what is the role of middle phase? What is the role of middle phase of sperm? What is the role of middle phase of sperm? And the last question is, make a level diagram of human sperm. Make a level diagram of human sperm. So all these questions, I hope you will complete, you will revise. In one question which I have given to you, write the spermatogenesis and how it is controlled by the hormones. The whole description you have to write in this question. So thanks. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you everyone.